Phantasmal Flames gives us some new ways to play existing decks. Zoroark gains access to the powerful Mega Gengar EX, meanwhile Gholdengo benefits from the new fire support. We'll take a look at the list and then jump into the gameplay. With the Zoroark list, we're playing a 4-4 line of the Zoroark and then a 2-2-2 line with the Mega Gengar. I like this with the Mega Evolution and the 1 rare candy to set up. Playing 2 Reshiram so that we don't have to worry as much about prizing the 1 copy. 1 Petch. This works good with the Binding Mochi to let us do a little more damage also, because we will be attacking with the Mega Gengar's Void Gale 230 attack. Then we have 1 Fez, 1 Munkidori, and 1 Yveltal, just as other dark Pokemon support. Then for the supporter lineup, we have 4 Arven, 3 Lilies, 2 Janines. This will also help us poison and take advantage of that Binding Mochi. 2 Iono, 2 Boss, 2 Cyrano to search out our Mega Gengar and Zoroark. Then we have 3 Poffin, 3 Nest Ball for setup, 1 Stretcher, we talked about the rare candy, Super Rod to recover, this can help us get the energy back or potentially get back Reshiram or Petch, 1 Ultra Ball, we don't need it as much with the Cyrano, 1 Catcher, 1 Energy Search, this is to help the TM Evo play get off more often if we don't draw one of our 7 Darkness Energy. And then our tool cards that we're searching with Arven, we have the Hero's Cape that makes Zoroark up to 380 HP, or we can even make the Gengar 450, 1 Air Balloon, and the Binding Mochi, which helps us increase our damage output. Then we're just playing 1 stadium, the Artisan, it can get Ghastly, or the Zorua. Then for the Gholdengo deck, we're playing a 4-4 line of the Gholdengo, 2 Genesect, and then the change to the deck here, we're playing 2 Charcadet with 1 of the single prize Ceruledge from the new set, Purgatory Slash, 220 damage. You must discard 4 basic fire energy to use this attack. Then we have the Ceruledge EX, which does more damage based on how much energy is in our discard pile, but this also gives us access to the Briar to take extra prize cards potentially late in the game. And then we have 1 Fezandipiti. For our supporters, we have 4 Arven, 3 Boss. Then we have the new Firebreather supporter card here, which allows us to search up to 7 basic fire energy from the deck and add them to our hand. So this is why we're playing the 9 fire energy in the deck, and this will allow us to easily hit this energy cost on the Ceruledge. Then we have 1 Codebreaking, 1 Turo, the Briar that we talked about to use with Ceruledge. Then we have the 4 energy Retrieval as usual for Gholdengo list, 2 Vessel, 2 Pokégear, 2 Poffin, 2 Stretcher. This is a trolley build. We're trying to set up as many Gimmighoul as possible. The Genesect so that we can search our Gholdengo, and then depending on the matchup, the Charcadet, we have 2 different attackers we can use with it. 1 Nest Ball, 1 Ultra Ball, and here we have the Blowtorch item card. This allows you to just discard a fire energy and take out a tool or a special energy or a stadium, so it gives you a lot of versatility. Then we have Counter Catcher, 2 Air Balloon, the new Battle Cage. This helps slow down Munkidori and Dusknoir decks and Dragapult, and we're using 4 Metal to go along with the 9 Fire. John's going to start us off in this first game. He's playing the Gholdengo deck. He started Fezandipiti, and he's just going to have to attach energy and pass. He doesn't have anything that he can set up with his current hand. My turn. I've started the Zorua. My hand's also on the weaker side, so I'm going to play the Artisan just to get a Zorua. And I have a Dark in hand and TM Evo, and I'm going to be able to evolve the 1 Zorua. On John's turn, he's going to play Arven. This is going to allow him to start setting up finally. And he's going to get the Poffin, so that along with the Artisan will allow him to find 3 basics. And then for his tool card, he's going to get Air Balloon. He plays the Poffin, getting a Charcadet and a Gimmighoul. The Charcadet's not as effective in this matchup because the 220 from the single prizer doesn't do enough damage to knock out our bigger Pokemon. John's going to use the Artisan to find a Gimmighoul. Attaches metal to 1 of the Gimmighoul and passes. My turn, I'm going to play the Poffin on my end, and it's going to let me find a Ghastly and a Zorua. Then use an Artisan to go ahead and put the Reshiram into play, so now I'll be able to start attacking with Zoroark. I'm going to go ahead and use the trade ability, throwing away Energy Search to draw 2 cards, evolving the active, and throwing away Super Rod to find 2 cards. And then I just have to pass. I didn't have energy to be able to attack here. And John draws for turn. He goes ahead. He thinks about doing Air Balloon, but he had the energy on the Fez, so he could retreat anyways. So he's going to just detach. And then he's just attacking with the Gimmighoul to search 2 energy. Thins the deck out a little bit, but that's showing you how slow the start of this game is. So I'm going to go ahead and use Trade on Zoroark, throwing away Poffin to draw 2. I throw away Rare Candy here since I'm going to go through the Haunter line to draw another 2. And then I play the Arven. I'll be able to find any item in tool cards here. I go with Nest Ball and Hero's Cape. The Nest Ball will give me access to the Petron EX, which will give me some mobility. So I go ahead and attach to the active, and decide to just take a prize card, not playing the Nest Ball or the Hero's Cape. Gholdengo doesn't usually play Iono, so we're pretty safe with that. He promotes the Charcadet, and then he's going to use Flip the Script to draw 3 cards. Here we're going to see he played Trolley. He could have searched that with the Arven earlier instead of the Poffin. Not exactly sure why he didn't, but that's going to go ahead and fill his bench up here. He's going to use the Metallic Signal to get 2 Gholdengo. He's able to evolve the 1 Gimmighoul that was already in play. He attaches metal to it, and I'm sure, yep, we're going to see the Air Balloon hit the Charcadet so that he can get into the active and draw 2 with this coin bonus ability. And now we're just going to have to see how much energy he has. So here comes the Retrieval. He throws away that Blowtorch and 1 Boss. He's going to be able to get back some energy. And he has enough for the knockout, discarding 6 to do 300 damage. And since I hadn't played the Hero's Cape, I probably should have played the Hero's Cape in that position, but I was just saving it, but it would have been fine to play. So we're going to see some trade here, and I used the Nest Ball for Fezandipiti. It's going to give me access to Flip the Script since he did take the knockout. So I go ahead and draw 3 cards there. And I have Janine's. That's going to put 2 Dark Energy in play, 1 on the active. I go ahead and put 1 on the Haunter, and evolve into Mega Gengar. The Mega Gengar is really nice because the 230, and then you can move the energy to the Zoroark for a follow-up attacker is just really nice. And with Binding Mochi, yeah, we're going to see the Binding Mochi here is going to make it 270 damage, which is going to be enough to knock out the Gholdengo. And it just moves the energy to Zoroark, so now the Zoroark is lined up to attack also. So we're going to see him go into Ceruledge EX here, but it doesn't do enough damage. Plus it also has 270, so with the poisoned Mega Gengar, we can knock it out also, 1 shot. Alright, so he's evolving up his Gimmighouls, attaches fire, benches another Charcadet, and he's going to boss. So he wanted to take out the Reshiram, but we have the Mega Gengar lined up as an attacker, so it's not really going to do enough at this point. And here I have to promote the Fez because I want to be able to move the Mega Gengar to the active with the Petch to poison it so that I can take advantage of that Binding Mochi again. And here we're just going to trade away, flip the script, draw some cards. All we needed really was the energy here. And there's a glare on it, but Petch is at the bottom of the bench there. I'm going to go ahead and Iono him. We were both at 3 prize cards. I'm going to move up the Gengar with the Petch with poison and take the knockout to go down to 1 prize card. He promotes his Gholdengo. He's going to use Flip the Script to draw 3 cards. And then he's going to play Night Stretcher. He's putting Ceruledge EX back into play. He's attaching fire to it. We're going to see the coin bonus draw 2, then a coin bonus for 1. And here's Arven. It's going to find the Retrieval and an Air Balloon. He plays the Retrieval, throwing away the single prize Ceruledge and Turo. Okay, he decides to throw away Genesect. There's going to be 4 energy. He puts metal on the active. And okay, he has another energy retrieval. So he's going to be able to take the Mega Gengar, but at this point, he has forgotten that he's only going to take 2 prize cards and not 3 because of the Mega Gengar's ability. So he was able to take the knockout, but not take the game. But since I lost my Mega Gengar, it's going to be a little bit harder to take this game. But I'm going to flip the script and be able to trade. And what I've found is that I need to be able to get 2 energy on the Petrant to be able to win the game. So I'm going to Ultra Ball, get another Zoroark, So I'm going to need Janine to attach an energy, so it means I'll have to have energy in the deck, and I'll have to be able to attach for turn. There's no energy switch in the deck, so that's not an option. I do like to have energy switch in the deck, I just didn't find a slot for it in this list specifically at the moment. So I'm going to play Artisan just to make sure the energy was in the deck for the Janine. That's what we're going to do. We get the energy, and we have to manually retreat because Petch can't move itself up, and I'm able to take that game. In the next game, I'm going to play the Gholdengo deck. And Gholdengo is always fun to draw a lot of cards with the coin bonus ability. So here I'm going to start Genesect and 2 Poffins, and just, of course, I didn't prize any Gimmighoul or Gholdengo, so it's going to be a pretty nice setup. And John, he starts with 2 Zoruas, and he's going to get Nest Ball, and he goes ahead and puts in the Reshiram. And here comes a Poffin. He's going to be able to set up another Ghastly, or another Zorua and a Ghastly. So both ends are setting up pretty good in this game. He's going to play Janine's. That's going to let him get 2 Dark Energies. Tries to attach from hand, but it attaches from deck. It wouldn't be nearly as good if it only attached from hand. So he's just going to put both energy on the bench, 1 to the Ghastly, 1 to the Zorua. And on my turn, I'm able to search out 2 more with that Metallic Signal. That's going to give me all 4 Gholdengo. I'm just going to evolve 1, draw 1 at a time, because I don't have the Air Balloon to put 1 of them in the active. And I'm saving that 1 with energy in case I need it to use the attack, but I don't. I'm just going to draw 1 with the coin bonus, and I attach to the Genesect. That way, even if I don't find the Air Balloon, next turn I could attach Retreat. John attaches to the active and passes. He did evolve into Haunter also, but a pretty weak turn not having a supporter. And here I'm going to just be drawing 1s with the coin bonus. Here we have Vessel throwing away Charcadet. Like I said earlier, I don't believe Charcadet's that important in this matchup, as the Ceruledge can't really do enough damage unless almost all your energy's in the discard pile, and the single prizer doesn't have too much relevancy. I mean, it can hit Petch or Fez, but that's about it. So we're going to go through all these coin bonuses and take the knockout on the single prize Zorua before he's able to set up that Mega Gengar. Alright, he's going to Iono. It's going to put me at 5 and him at the full 6. And here comes a Nest Ball. I did take that knockout, so if he finds Fez here, he will have access to flip the script. But he just gets okay. He was thinking about Zorua, but he does go with the Fez. And that flipped the script. He finds the Mega Gengar. Here's Zoroark. He has energy. He's going to trade away. Benches a Zorua. And then he's only able to do the 170 with the Victorious Flame. My turn. I find Firebreather. And there's only 5 fire in the energy, 5 fire energy in the deck at this moment. That's one problem with the Gholdengo deck with this fire build, is it's hard to find a fire breather early, and you don't really want to play too many copies, as they'll just be dead later in the game. But we don't have like a Luminion V style card right now that can surge, besides Pelipper, but it's not that good since it's an evolution. But I did have enough energy to take this knockout. But I only take 1 prize card because of the Gengar, so you can see how powerful that Gengar is in situations like this. And he's got the energy on it to be able to take the knockout also, since he's already had damage on the Gholdengo. And we're just going to see him draw and evolve. Fezandipiti plus trade is just such a powerful combination. The Mega Gengar lets the Fez go even deeper, since your opponent's going to be taking less prize cards, means they have to take more knockouts. He gets Reshiram back into play. He has a Binding Mochi in his hand, but throws away Cyranoid to draw cards, and he takes the knockout on the Gholdengo, moves energy to the Zoroark. And right here we can see John there. He takes his prize cards a little late, but they're caught back up. So we're tied 4-4, and on my turn, I'm just going to be drawing cards with Fez and Gholdengo, trying to find a way to get back into this game. I really want to knock out this Mega Gengar so I can take 2 prize cards and get back to where I can just knock out a Zoroark to take the final 2. Here's the superior. I throw away Trolley since I was already set up. That's going to get me 4 energy. I play another one, so now I have 8 energy. So I do have the energy to take out this Mega Gengar now. And that's what I'm going to do. Take 2 prize cards because of its ability and go down to the final 2 prizes. There's no way for him to set up the Mega Gengar in one turn, so next turn I really want to be able to close out the game. So he's going to use his flip the scripts and trade to see what he can set up. Here he's going to play the Poffin. And he's just going to fail it. I think there may not have been another Ghastly. So here's the Air Balloon to retreat. He realizes here he was going to try to retreat and move back up with the Pedge, but he can't have 2 tools attached, so that play wasn't going to work. So he's only going to be able to do the 170, probably. Yeah, it's a pretty tough position when you need multiple tools on one Pokemon. It just doesn't work. But he doesn't have energy on the other one. Energy Switch would be a card that could help in that situation, but right here I'm going to attach energy and just be able to find everything I need to get the energy in play and knock it out for game.